Yo, what's up? How's everyone doing? Ant-Man, how you doing? First in, I think. Right, let me get my headset. Right, there's Dave. How you doing, Dave? All right? SNCF, good to see you. Now, just have a look at the guy's face here, my character. You might be wondering, why has he got that look of shock on his face? If we turn round, we're at the nudist beach. No wonder he's got that look on his face. Look, let's have a photo shot. That would make a great thumbnail, wouldn't it? The thing is, I can't tell whether that's a man or a woman. And, well, we don't want to know about that guy. What are they looking at? I think I think we'll leave it there. We best get back to the bus. I just kind of spawned in where we left off from the last time we did career mode, and it's a shuttle service. The bus is parked up here, and I saw a little beach icon, and I thought, oh, I'll go and have a look what that means down there, and that's what I found when I went down there. So I'll show you where we are on the map. We're down the bottom end. Let me zoom out. That's where we are. This little beach icon. I thought I'll go and have a look what that is. A bit of a ropey decision, actually. Now, where's the bus? That's the main thing. What do I do with the bus? It's up here somewhere. I hope. Ah, there it is. So I'm back in career mode, and I think, you know, I've got a shuttle service which is due to start from here. Let me have a quick look. Let's have a look. It's this one. Player Juan Gomez. I think that's us. And it's today at 1500. So if I just... Oh, just hang on a sec. That's the wrong button, isn't it? God, I've not been on it for 3 days and I've forgotten the commands. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so that one is me. Yeah, so we'll do this one. Let me skip time to the next appointment. Square, isn't it? God, you'd think I'd never played it. Dave says, have a boat, the buses. No, actually no. So the title of the stream is How Much Are the DLCs? Because I feel a bit sorry for the Xbox guys, because they've been charged, is it 20 quid a piece for both packs? Yet they're on the PlayStation Store for $7.99 each. And I honestly think, looking at the Discord today, they've cocked it up again. They're not actually meant to be that price, I don't think, because they started backtracking on the Discord saying, oh, it's a limited time offer. But normally, as people were quite rightly pointing out, if it's a limited time offer, it tells you that. You know, it says until such a date. It always tells you the date, doesn't it? Oh, here's our people waiting to get on. Let me start the bus first, then we'll carry on talking. Get the aircon on. 19's a bit hot, isn't it? Let's put it down to 18. Open that. That's on. Get that on. I'll just double check. Right. Yeah, so I think the thing about the Ant-Man's got it right. Yeah, BS. I think it's BS. Hi Tallboy, how are you? Gordon, good to see you. Yeah, I get it, Tallboy. Yeah, I saw it this morning. Well, you guys started sending me comments saying you'd seen it, and I did feel a bit sorry. I don't know how they can stand there and say, "Oh yeah, it's fine. PS5 is this price." I mean, there needs to be an explanation of why it would be so different. I don't. It's just it's one of those again, isn't it? This game thrown up some funny things in the few weeks it's been out, with patches not arriving on day one and Xbox getting their patches first, and just general odd things, you know. So I don't quite understand, but certainly, you guys on Xbox, if you've bought the DLCs, I think you've every right to feel like you've been ripped off. When I saw that this morning, I thought it's got to be a mistake. They're going to correct it straight away, but they've not done anything with it. So yeah, the buses are good, but still, Tallboy says, yeah, I know what you mean. It's the price is the price. It doesn't. They don't play any different, do they, between consoles? So there should be no price difference. It doesn't make sense to me. But equally, it also doesn't make sense if they do suddenly shoot up now on PlayStation from $7.99 to 20 quid. That's also out of order, because once they've put it at that price, they shouldn't move it. So I don't know. I mean, they come out with some stuff this week, because they're also saying now on the Discord, and you can read all this in the Discord, this is not me saying it, this is just what I've read. They're now giving consoles a break from patches, etc., because the PC version needs to catch up, and it hasn't had an update for 2 years or something. Again, seems a bit bizarre to me when things like this are not working, because this shuttle run won't work. We know it won't work. It'll work up to a point, but come on. Where are you? That's it. We'll get these people onboarded. Nope, he's not coming with me. What about this granny? Yeah, see, I picked the granny and it's gone to this guy. Let's try the granny. I want to sort the granny out. Come on. There she is. Oh, she's not coming with us. Aviation, how are you? Good to see you. Aviation says, sad there's no patch coming soon. They're going to work on the PC version while the game's not working on console. I think they're going to have to look at that, to be honest. Yeah, they will mute you. They will mute you. I've seen that. Yeah, there's one guy. I can't remember his username, but there's one guy who's really keeps laying into him, and he got muted, which was quite funny. I don't say much in there either. I just read the stuff, else I wouldn't find anything out. That's all 16 people now. Still no bags. That's something else we need fixing. No bags are in there. SNCF says TML want to be hated. They're not doing a very good job, are they? They don't seem to even police the Discord very well. I think they're very flippant at times, which is not good when you talk to customers. Tallboy says apparently some of the issues with the updates to PlayStation are Sony's fault, because according to TML, Sony are taking a long time. I think to give Sony the due, they are quite thorough when it comes to patches, because they need to make sure that it doesn't break something else on PlayStation and it works with the actual PlayStation, you know. Xbox seem to be able to turn those around quite quickly. That's the difference, isn't it? SNCF says DTG's better compared to TML. Well, they're a bit more responsive, aren't they? They have live streams every week. They have 3 or 4 live streams a week where you can at least see the faces and talk to them. I think that's one difference. Right, we're underway with the shuttle service, and then we'll pick something a bit bigger, hopefully, after this. Ant-Man says, looks like a company to avoid in the future, once bitten, twice shy. I honestly think there's a massive disconnect. There's no way they could have sat round a table and said, we're charging 20 quid to the Xbox guys and we're only going to charge $7.99 to the PlayStation players. I mean, you know, I'm a PlayStation player, but even I feel bad for anyone that's paid 20 quid. I always thought, and we talked about this before, I always thought that 20 quid for what you were getting was steep anyway. If I sit and think about it, $7.99 is actually probably what I would pay for these DLCs. But I've said a few times, I don't really know buses in depth, so I don't know if 20 quid is a good price, but it's definitely not a good price, whatever you say. When half the console community are getting it for a different price, that's just ridiculous. You can get both DLCs for less than the price of one on Xbox. Not fair, is it? So, hi David Mangum, how are you? Good to see you again. Hello Tintin, enjoying the game, saving up to buy the bus DLCs to use in the game. If you're on PlayStation, David, then hopefully you don't have to save up so much, as we just said. You can't open and close the doors when you leave the bus to walk around. It can be a bit fiddly, but if you hover about near the doors, usually you get the option to press X on the doors. If you're on PlayStation, whatever the equivalent button to X is on Xbox. Yeah, that's it, Tallboy. I don't quite understand why we've got all these separate versions now. Now that there's my first crash of the evening, now we've got the console versions out, they should all be brought up to sync. But I also wonder though as well, is so much competition with sims like this on PC. How many PC players are still playing it now after all these years? Because it's already been out years. I imagine it was popular at the beginning, but it must have tailed off now, which is probably one of the reasons why they brought it over to consoles, just to build that up again. I'm going to hit the ground here, it's just too steep. There's not a lot you can do about that. Ant-Man says, you'd want a new map with the 20 quid. It's a lot of money, it is a lot of money. 40 quid for 2 DLC packs. It's not just to be scoffed at, is it, really? Yeah, Tallboy's got a point that they could have sold the buses individually rather than as a pack. But then it makes you wonder what price they would have charged if they'd have sold them individually. Some of the buses are very similar, aren't they, as well? To my untrained eye, some of them are very similar. Do you think about Train Sim World? They always sell local DLCs individually, don't they? Because they're linked to certain route DLCs, aren't they? I think one of the problems as well is that TML are probably new to the I don't know if they've got any other games that are non-bus related already on console, but I'm assuming this is the first time they've come to console. So you know, it might be that they're not very familiar with the way things work. It sounds like it with the patching, certainly. Because if you put a patch on Steam, you can pretty much control it yourself, can't you? Fernbus is more popular on PC. Yeah, it looks good, Fernbus. I can understand that. And I think, oh, they're not doing themselves any favours, but if this is popular, then I think eventually Fernbus will also come to console. It wouldn't make sense not to, would it? So they need to just book their ideas up a little bit, get themselves in order. SNCS says you don't know why TML haven't been sued or fined for it. It'd be difficult, wouldn't it? I think it'd be difficult. Yes, Aviation, they did. Someone else did the port, and that's one of the biggest defences on Discord of why it is like it is, because TML can't actually do anything with it. They're waiting for the people that did the port over from PC to fix things. Tallboy says this is the first game they've done on console. Yeah, I thought as much. Melody, how you doing? Good to see you. I think Xbox won't ban TML from selling TBS when they're selling DLCs for 20 quid. Xbox will be getting their cut of that, I think. Zero games, that's it, Tallboy, yeah. Zero games. They keep saying on the Discord, now that the port is done, they're looking to be able to run console builds themselves, which will cut out the middleman, as it were. But until they do that, it's difficult to judge, isn't it? I think right now they're relying on Zero for everything, which is a shame. No, Melody, no, I've not got the DLC buses. I haven't jumped in yet. We're just talking about the pricing controversy from today. By the way, just while I remember, two things. If you know, we started playing Lawn Mowing Sim after everybody wanted me to get that. Just wanting to let you know that if you've been watching that on the channel and you don't own it and you're on PlayStation, it's in the sale right now if you're interested. In the UK store, I think it was down to a tenner, which isn't bad. I think it was $15.99 before. It's down to a tenner. So just in case you're interested in it and you didn't see it was in the sale, go and have a look at that. And then the other thing was that for On the Road, we talked about the wheel support, and there was a surprise patch this week, 3.5 gig on PlayStation, and wheel support is now working. So a lot of people have been reporting in saying that's made a massive difference. So if you've got a wheel and you've got On the Road, go and get that patch and check that out as well. We'll probably do a little bit more on Sunday night, like we usually have been doing. And but I haven't got a wheel, of course, but we'll run it anyway. I don't know what else has changed, because as per usual, you can't get hold of the patch notes, so nobody knows what else is in there. I did have a quick run on it yesterday. I didn't really see anything else. I thought the AI headlights at night looked a bit brighter, but apart from that, I couldn't really see any differences. But it was a big patch, unless wheel support really does take that much space in a patch, you know. Don't know. Right, here's our hotel. like Caesar's Palace. Yeah, Melody, that pricing, we don't understand that pricing at all. And this morning on the Discord, as soon as everybody was reporting it, you could kind of tell that TML didn't know about it. It was a surprise for them too. I mean, they cocked up at the beginning, putting in all those extra buses that weren't even meant to be there, and even from a different game. Buses appeared from different games. So cocking the price up is a minor one for them, isn't it? With the track record so far. We'll see what happens with that. But if you were going to get them and you're on PlayStation, it sounds as if it might be a good time to grab both of them if you're interested in both packs before they suddenly change their minds and increase the price. Two passengers missed. How did I miss two passengers? Right, put that in neutral. I've reached level 9, look at that. Let's open the doors. Aviation, you bought the DLC, although you can't really play the game. Buses are actually really good. Yeah, I've not even looked at them yet. I meant to just take a look at other people playing it, just have a look, see what they were like. You picked up Mowing Sim yesterday for PS5. Excellent, excellent, Melody. Hey Tallboy, you should try Mowing Sim. It's actually alright. I thought the same thing at the beginning, but it's actually very, very relaxing, to be honest. Give it a go. Aviation Goat Simulator is banned on this channel. I didn't miss anyone up, man. 16 at 6. That's what I thought. I thought it said 16 at the other side. That's what I thought it said. That just shows it's still bust. But we're not going to get it patched. Which is a bit ridiculous. Right, anyway. Let's pick up another job. I don't want to do a shuttle, really, if I can help it. Let's have a look what we got. We got Jandia Player. We got Moro G. That's a long one, isn't it? What about Puerto de Rosario? Oh no, our guy's doing that already. El Materal. That's a short one. Hotel Jandia. That's a shuttle. Don't want to do a shuttle. That's a short one. That's a very short one, actually. Let me just have another look. Large, 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 medium. Right. I think we'll just do this one to begin with. So let's assign me to it. This is the bus that I'm driving. We'll skip time. And then we'll drive over and do it. SNCF says if TML didn't know about it, they're hiding something. I honestly think that, well, pricing's not down to them, is it? Pricing's down to a combination of probably Aerosoft as the publisher and PlayStation themselves. And wouldn't you know it, we've got the SMS there. So let's just check the map, because this is where it breaks my game normally. If we've got a broken down bus somewhere, I'll just quickly scan it, see where we've got one. Somewhere. In fact, what I should do is take that off. Just see where it is. Right, see if I can find it now. I've taken all the clutter. I mean, this doesn't work for me anyway. I've not been able to fix a bus yet. The 2 or 3 times I've had this. There it is. There's one at Gran Tarajal. The problem is, I've just taken this job and skipped time. So, I'm not sure what I do there. Right. Let me see where I'm going. I'll come back to that SMS thing in a minute because I know it's not going to work anyway. Tallboy likes the buses in the back, the VDL buses. Yeah, yeah. I've heard people saying the VDL ones are the best ones. Oh, that's good, Melody. Yeah, if it's compatible for both. That's probably why they ended up in this game, isn't it? To begin with. In the first mistake they made. SNCF says, if you aren't happy about it, why are you playing it? What do you mean, NCF? Do you mean me? Why am I playing it? Or are you talking to somebody in the chat? Oh, Aviation, you're only playing the free play. I like to play a bit of a mixture. Because I've had some problems on this, I don't always play the career. But then again, I end up running the same routes when I do free play. But we'll try and do this job. I'll see if the SMS goes away. If it's still there when we've done this job, I'll get the service car out and we'll go to the broken bus. The answer to that, SNCF, is I'm not that unhappy about it. What I'm talking about is the fact that there should be parity across all systems for things like DLC prices. That's just a given. A couple of things in this don't work for me, but I can live with it. As long as they fix them eventually. I wouldn't abandon it altogether. That's why I'm playing it. I quite enjoy it. King Moore, how are you? King Moore says, this is amazing how I continually get updates late. Haven't received this one after fixing the problem with the wheel support. Which update do you mean, King Moore? Yeah, just little bits of it, Aviation, are not working at my end, and that SMS is seems to be one of them. The broken bus. I can't repair any broken bus, but I'm not bothered about that because I'm not really fussed about repairing broken buses, to be honest. That's the side of the game I'm not really that bothered about. I don't mind running these jobs like this, running the actual routes. For me, that's what it's more about. Same as I'm not into the buying of apartments and things like that. I just want to run the buses, you know. So as long as that SMS problem doesn't stop me playing the game, I can live with that till they fix it. Martin J, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Martin says the SMS is a bug. A few bugs and glitches. Yeah. And you're on PS5 as well, Martin. Well, welcome in. I'm not sure if you've been in before. Welcome into the stream. Puzzle Peanut isn't in, I don't think, tonight, but Puzzle Peanut usually comes in. He's I know he left a big list of current things that are not working on the Xbox. He left that for TML in the Discord. Once they said they weren't going to do any more console updates for a while, he left a big list. He was quite angry about it. Dave says to get rid of that SMS, press on the mobile. When you say press on the mobile, what do you mean? Do you just mean do this? Oh. Ah, that's... Oh, right, okay. Now you see I've not had that before. Ah, thanks for that, Dave. Thank you for that tip. I didn't know that. And I'll tell you why, because, well, you've seen it when we've been streaming it. When I've had that SMS before, it's taken away the ability for me to even press the options button. The options button freezes and I can't do anything. So that's a good tip. And it didn't cost you for repairing the bus, that's alright then. I mean, the next one that comes up, I won't do it on stream because we're just running routes, but the next one that comes up I will try and see if it's fixed now, but I don't think it is. I've run one. I think I've run one since the last patch. And there is the video on the channel where you saw me, I tried to repair one and it just wouldn't do anything. And I had to travel quite a way to actually get to where that broken bus was, and it was a bit of a waste of time. But at first I thought it was me doing something wrong, because that's entirely possible, as you know. But it seemed like you guys were commenting saying, nah, it's broken, it's not working. Mr. Water, how are you? Good to see you again. Is this guy going to come out of me? Look, mate, it said stop there on the road. It's no wonder, is it, my crash rating is terrible when they're running the stop signs. And it doesn't help that I run into rocks and everything else, but you know, I'd have a few less if it weren't for these guys. Martin J, you almost finished playing in Korea because it wouldn't let you finish a mission. It kept on running. Make a separate save before each job. Wasn't just one of those repeatable jobs, was it? Because I know some of them are repeatable and you can't get rid of them unless you assign them to... well, unless you end the job, in which case it goes in your failed jobs. Or you can assign it to one of your new drivers so that the job carries on. unless it was something a bit more major than that you were having. No, it's a good tip that, Dave. I didn't know about that. I didn't expect the options button to work to bring the mobile up, so that's good. For me, that's progress because it's never worked. It's never been able to press it. Richard, how are you? Good to see you. No radio in this, like the PC version. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there isn't. And I didn't know that existed, but lots of people have commented to ask me is there a radio. I didn't know what they were talking about. But then I went to have a look on YouTube. I could see some people playing the radio. It's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, Mel, it could be right, a licensing thing with the music. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mr. Water, we were talking about that. We honestly don't know the reason for that at all. And it's very unfair. I think anybody will, you know, no matter which console you're on, will say that that's unfair. I think it really is. I think they just messed up. I don't think they intended them to be two different prices, unless they think PS5 and Xbox players don't talk to each other, and they wouldn't find out. There's me nearly going off road again, looking at the chat. Thanks everybody for coming in. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to drop me a sub. We were on 858, so it's going up quite nicely. I'm very, very pleased with that, so thanks to everybody that's subbed. Yeah, TML have a Discord, SNCF. There's not a lot in there apart from complaints. I do just dip in just occasionally just to see what's going on. Oh, there goes the barrier again, look. That was my own fault, that one, for going too fast. That save game crashes aviation, I'm not sure about that one. Somebody else has commented that though. At least one person has commented to me like that. The other one that gets commented a lot underneath the videos is to do with passengers not appearing at the first stop, and so they can't complete the route, which is also something that I've not had. And you know, I know they won't turn up if you forget to set the destination board, but apart from that, I don't know what would cause that. Oh, Dave, that's right. Yeah, you sent me a message. You bought Lucerne on TSW. How are you finding it? Bit different to the rest, isn't it? It's all right. It's all right, but it's a short one. And more importantly, was it in the sale or did you buy it full price? If you've checked the community tab, you probably saw the new game that I got today, which was Farming Sim 22. That's another one that some of you guys have been telling me to try out. I did have a quick go on 19. It seemed okay, but there was a lot to do. So I played 19 for about an hour, maybe. I didn't like the graphics very much. It was because it's a PS4 game, isn't it? I didn't really like the graphics very much, but I thought, oh, what the hell? It was on sale at Amazon, so I thought while it was on sale, I'll pick it up. So I did. So it arrived today, so I'll install that over the weekend, and I'll have a little look at that. I might need some help with that though. That will be the first farming game I've played. When some of you guys were saying it's like lawn mowing sim, but on a grand scale, that got me interested. Oh, the ETSL actually, Dave, is quite easy to do. It's fairly straightforward. Just watch a couple of the videos on that. You'll pick it up within one run. If you just watch a run end to end. There's one of mine that I did, and I'm actually talking through it as I'm doing it. You'll find it because I've only done a couple for Lucerne. But if you look at that, I explain how to use it as I'm going, so that might help. It's much better with the safety systems on. It's a much better experience. Give it a go. It adds so much value to it. Right, let's get these lovely people on. Mr. Water says maybe Sony wasn't happy with the price on Xbox. That's probably why they took so long to... Oh, it could be, I never thought of that. So you're saying it could be a Sony policy when they looked at what was included to not have it that price. Yeah, I don't know, it could be. Although, as I mentioned right at the top of the stream, in the Discord we've been talking about, TML did come out and say that with a long in front of it, it was kind of like, it isn't going to be that price on PlayStation for that long. So that's what made me think they cocked it up, to be fair. So it suggests to me they're going to try and up the price a little bit, but we'll see. £19.99, Dave, is in the sale. Yeah, it was 25 quid when it came out, so it's in the first sale probably that it's been in. Mel says Alaskan Truck Simulator tomorrow, and it's the demo, is it? Right. Let us know how that is, because I was keeping an eye on that. Right, so let's get on with this shuttle service. There we go. Lots to do in Farming Sim 22. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. Mr. Watts, I might just play a little bit of it off channel just to get used to it, you know, do the tutorials. I said I am new to that type of game. I've not done any of that, and we'll see how we get on. But so many of you recommended it to me that I thought, well, it was cheaper, I might as well pick it up and see. So I got the disc version from Amazon. Yeah, the thing is, Tallboy, with that is that if they did increase the price, then they're just digging a further hole. The thing to do would be to reduce the Xbox price, but I guess that doesn't help the people that have already jumped in and bought it. I don't know, it's a bit of a mess. But there's obviously people that get paid to make those decisions, so we'll see what they come up with. Yeah, I think the Alaskan one, I think he's definitely coming to console. I think I saw, wasn't a trailer, it was a kind of teaser that PlayStation put out a few weeks back. So it is coming, but there's no date yet. But you're right, that'll be another one to look at once it does come out. Dave, have you tried low mowing sim yet? You got to try it. Whilst it's only a tenner now in the PlayStation store, you can pick that up. I did a job earlier actually on low mowing sim. And I did start to record it. I had some technical issues. I was going to put it on the channel, and it was a paddock, you know, like where horses train and whatever. And I looked at it and I thought, oh, this isn't bad. And it took me like an hour and 10 minutes to do it. But I'm only using the second mower that you can buy. The next one up from the standard, the yellow one. The next one up from that. So I bet with a bigger mower I would have done it in a lot less time. But the grass was really long and it took me ages, kept overheating the engine, which didn't help. But it's good fun. And some of you guys were telling me how different it is when it's raining, and I did get one yesterday where it was raining. It was a bit different. Is this guy going to stop? Look at this! Here we go again. They don't like those stop markings on the road, do they? Yeah, I wondered about that melody with Farming Sim. There does seem like a lot to do, and to be honest, if I'm playing it, I'll probably only ever dip in one session for maybe an hour to 2 hours. So I'll see how it goes. Oh, there's another one, look at him. That's what I mean, the AI is not quite right, is it? There's some further work to be done there. Yeah, Mr. Water says Australian truck sim coming to console. I heard about that one. SNCF, you got farming sim, not lawn mowing sim. Tallboy says, will I be getting Autobahn Police Simulator 3? Tried the second game, but refunded it. It wasn't that great. You got that, Dave, as well, didn't you? I think you got number 2. And I think you said it was terrible. I did see Fabian at Aerosoft playing the first sort of 5 minutes of it, and it didn't look very good. It looked very basic graphics. I wasn't really sure Uh, well, there's a recommendation from Mel there. Autobahn games are shocking. Would rather play on the road, and that is saying something for you, that Mel. If you'd rather play on the road, then that says nothing for Autobahn, honestly. Right, I'm gonna go against Puzzle Peanuts' advice and swing this one round. There we go. Yeah, Dave says Autobahn is crap. That's the best review I've ever heard, that one. Straight to the point. Ant-Man is on the Sag C Tiger 2 mower. It's a beast. Right, I don't know that one. SNCF says, do they even have a license? Some of these guys must not have a license. Mr. Water doesn't like Autobahn. I told you, Mel, if you'd have seen the end of that one the other night, we had some fun and games with on the road on Sunday. But yeah, that from what I did see, that Autobahn, it looks horrible. I'll probably, to answer the original question, I'll probably steer clear of that one. The voice acting in it as well seemed very, very wooden. Like, I am going to an emergency now. Are you coming with me? And I thought, I didn't really know what was going on. Yeah, and the other thing, Mel, when we got this patch this week for on the road, I tried another similar run with the same trailer, and the exact same thing happened to me. So I'm kind of resigned to the fact that I'm going to assign that trailer now to one of my other drivers and not use it. Because the minute you run out of... You've got to do long journeys for those container runs. And I always run out of driving time, so I've got to sleep. But if you try to sleep, that's the end of it. That's when it all gets into a right mess. So I'm just going to assign that to another driver before the next stream and pick something else out to do. I was hoping in this patch actually that those promised bulk liquid trailers would come out. And I must admit, when I fired it up, I didn't check. But at the same time, nobody else has mentioned it, so I'm assuming it didn't make that last patch either, so that's a bit disappointing. So I'll need to find something else I can run that's not going to mess up on me. It's a shame, because I enjoy doing those container runs. But we'll find something else to do. Hey Para, how are you? Para says, can someone name one polished Aerosoft game? Yeah, I can't. Ant-Man's got it right, yeah. Right, let's get underway. Would you believe it? A stop sign and they're actually stopped. These roads are really, really tight. It's different in this view. When you go to this view, it's not as bad. But I like to drive from outside as well. Hey Len, how are you? Good to see you. Len is another convert to lawn mowing sim. After watching the videos, Len's just jumped on board. Hope you're enjoying it, Len. It's a subscriber favourite, that one. No, Tallboy, no, I haven't. Not played it. Only the original bus sim. I didn't get 21. I did notice that 21 was in the sale actually as well. The sale that's currently going on. If anybody is interested and they're on PlayStation, it is on sale at the minute. I think it was still 30 odd quid though. But Tallboy, when we've discussed this before, I think the general opinion is it's not very popular. Puerto del Rosario. Iceland. It's funny when you mentioned it. You were resisting, and then the next comment I got from you the day after was that you caved in and you bought it. So it's good fun. I don't know, Para. Don't know. Is there a different one on Game Pass? I don't know. I don't have Game Pass. The one we're talking about, Lawn Mowing Simulator by Skyhook Games. It is. Mr. Water says Tintin recommended should get the bus pack with VDL and Scania Touring. It's highly recommended. Is that all in? Is the VDL and the Scania all in the same pack, Mr. Water? Yeah, good game for the price, Len. Yeah. Dave played Bus Sim 21, enjoyed it. Yeah, fair enough. VDL and Scania's in the same pack, right? So you're saying that would be the pack to get out of the two, if you were just going to get one of them. Yeah, Parrot. I I was going to pick it up initially and I didn't. And then everybody in the chat was saying it was actually a perfect fit for the channel. So I actually jumped in. In fact, thanks to Skyhook, Skyhook sent me a copy of it so I could play it on the channel, and everybody was right. It's actually quite a good game. Very relaxing game. Sounds absolutely stupid, but it's quite relaxing. It's one of those things that's a bit moreish. You know, you'll do a couple of contracts and you think, oh, I'll just stay on and do another one. It's quite interesting, really. So give it a go. And if it is on Game Pass, then I'm assuming you've already paid for it as part of your Game Pass then. Tallboy says, like Bus Sim 21, but managed to get the extended edition for $14 because $53 is way too expensive. You got it for $14? That was a good deal. A very good deal. I wasn't sure, Mr. Watto, what to do actually, whether or not to get them or not. I can't quite make my mind up. I mean, it'll obviously be good to show the buses on the channel for you guys. But, you know, on the personal front, I don't know what. I don't know if it'll add. I don't know if it'll add too much to the game for me or not. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I shouldn't complain with the price they are at the moment compared to some people. I'll have a think about it, I think. So this is the return leg now of the trip. Yeah, I was just thinking that, Tallboy, yeah. Yeah. Are you an Xbox player, Len, or are you on PS5? Yeah, I've heard lots of people saying the VDL are the best ones. So there's a short and a long, is there? You're on PS5, Len. So $7.99 for the packs each, compared to Xbox at £20.99, I believe, for each one. So I think, as Mr. Waters saying, if you are going to buy one, get the one with the VDL in. There's lots and lots of people saying that. So that sounds like the better experience of the two. And Tallboy says there's 2 double-decker VDLs as well. Right. The double-decker was interesting. When I drove the double-decker that was in here that wasn't meant to be in here, that was quite interesting. I think I called it Driving the Ghost Bus on channel because it wasn't meant to be in the game. So look at this guy as well. Is it just me? Are they all at it tonight? I don't think I've seen that many coming out at me like that. But he stops at this one because one of his friends is opposite. Look, it's almost as if the AI see the AI, but they don't see. See, if I don't stop now, he's into me. it's like the AI see the AI, but they don't see the players. It's probably the way it's programmed, because the AI are always going to be where the AI are, aren't they? If that makes sense. Dave, you're not bothering to get the DLCs till they release the minibuses or coaches, not the big coaches. Yeah. Paris says, pretty nice, the VDL is doing well. It's Dutch like me. Oh, nice. I wonder if you're my first Dutch viewer then, Para. Yeah, definitely, Len, have a look. We think it's a... well, we don't know whether it's a mess up or not. They should be the same price for everybody, but... I don't think anybody was expecting them to be that price on PlayStation. There's a minibus in the VDL pack. That's nice to know. Yeah. There you go, Dave. The double decker was back in the game, was it? Oh, that's missed my turning now. Right, not to worry. We'll sort it out. Let's just do a bit. Oh no, there's a road sign there. I was going to go off road, but. There we go. So it's a bit strange as well, just thinking about the DLCs again. A bit strange the DLCs have come out so quickly after the main game itself has released. I mean, I know they probably had them in the can already, ready to go, but a bit unusual, isn't it, for a game to come out and then a DLC to come out right after. You know, normally you would expect to get used to the game first, and then if you really enjoy the game you'll think, oh right, I'm going to add some DLC to this, but it seems to have all come all in one go. Well, you're very welcome in this one, Parrot. Everyone's quite friendly in this one. Antigua, not the West Indies Antigua, this is the Fuerteventura Antigua. Don't think there's any cricket matches going on in this Antigua. Just check you were looking at the right pack, Dave, I think. Sounds like the VDL pack is the one with the minibus in. I think that's what you said, Mr. Water. The VDL one. There's always banter, Para, yeah. That's what it's about. Let's check the map. Let's just see what we're doing. So we've got to go from Antigua, and that's this route nearly done, actually. Dave says, if you crash a DLC bus or coach, do you still have to pay for repairs? Or are they free because we paid for the DLC? If you crash a DLC bus, I think it would be the same, wouldn't it? I think you would still have to pay for the repairs. Len says, did I have some sort of problem with the containers on the road? Did I ever? Did you watch that, Len? Yeah, it's a bit bugged, let's say. It's that one trailer though. It's not all containers. It's just that. It's that sort of. I can't remember what it's called now because I haven't got the game fired up. But it's the one that allows you to take 2 containers on one trailer. So for the next time I stream it, which is probably Sunday again, I'll swap that out for something else. Fethy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Is it worth buying it on PS5? It looks a bit not ready to me. There's a few little niggles with it, but generally it's okay. That would be my brief summary. So I wouldn't. Well, some people have got problems with save games, which obviously stops you playing it. I haven't got anything that stops me playing it. There's things that need to be fixed, but nothing right now is stopping me playing it. I did have one problem, which seemed to have it's been resolved actually with the last patch. So I would say it's worth it for that price point. Oh, nice, Para, and thanks, Mel, for the shout out on your Twitter. Appreciate that. I'm sure we're going to get to that 1,000 subscribers quite soon. Hey, tram driver, how are you? Good to see you. Alexander, how are you? Have you got the DLCs then, Alexander? You bought them, have you? I mean, that is the other thing as well, that people that have bought the DLCs have pretty much said that they're quite happy with them. You know, price aside. So that's one thing. Yeah, Fethy, this has got a lot going for it, this one. The kind of niggles the niggles we talk about in this game are just the same as any other game has when it comes out. Everybody wants the game to be perfect when it comes out. It's not always possible. I mean, when was the last time we saw a game that came out on day one that worked perfectly? I can't recall one. We spend half our lives, don't we, trolling Discords and forums and Google searches looking for why something is happening like it is, just to see if anybody else has had the same problem. It's just what we do as gamers, isn't it? I don't think I recall a game coming out in recent history that's not had some sort of issue. So unfortunately there's some sort of percentage of bugs, isn't there, that we have to come to accept when something launches. And I don't mind that. I've always said I don't mind that as long as the developers are committing to fix them as soon as they can do. If they just turn around and say we're not supporting it anymore, then that's really frustrating. You know, nobody likes a cash grab. All stops have been approached, no passengers have been left at a stop. Only one crash, 71%. I'll take it. Alexander's got the DLCs, that's good. Tallboy says, hope Fernbus comes to console. Don't see why TML wouldn't port it over. I think it will. Based on how successful this is, then I think they would look at doing that, definitely. They'd be foolish not to, because they'd make money straight away. And they keep saying, TML keeps saying how easy it was to hire this company to port it from PC. They didn't need to do anything. So they know what price it is to port it, and from this game, the research from this game, they'll know how much money they're going to get from sales. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, I think. They just won't mention it until they're ready. Len says, regarding on the road, only problem you've had is to be careful unlocking the lock things. Twice I've caught the trailer release. So yeah, for the containers, I know what you mean, you can unhook the trailer, can't you, if you don't aim it just right. Tram driver says, thought I'd pop back in. You're more than welcome, tram driver. Good to see you. Amor, the rain works such, I think you're asking, does the rain work? It does, but it doesn't work on the windscreen, so the wipers do nothing. It can be raining outside, but there's no rain from the driver's view at the moment. Bethy, is it 60 FPS on PS5? Does anybody know? I don't know if I know. Black Arrow, how you doing? Yes, there was an update. Yeah, a couple of days back actually it was. That brings in wheel support for on the road. Right, that was the end of that job. So let's just have a look what else there is. See if we got any shorter ones. That's a short one, but we've got that assigned to a driver. The shuttle services. Let's have a look. Let's do this one. We'll do a shuttle service. This is the airport to Hotel Arena. Let's do this one. And we'll finish with this one. So that's that. Let's skip time to the next appointment. Oh, Alexander, they got a new steering wheel. Nice. Mel says, only problem with on the road, it was made. I get you. You got other things to play. You're lucky enough to have other truck sims. As I might feel the same. I don't know. You know. Tallboy says it doesn't seem to rain often in the game. It doesn't. Which is a shame. But dynamic weather does work. And the flashing mirrors at night are back again. It seems to only do it at night time. Or when it's going darker. Right, so we are actually quite near the airport for the start of this shuttle run. Mr. Watt says, got it wrong, the minibus is in the MAN Comfort Class pack on Xbox, right? Pack 2, okay. Thanks for that, Mr. Water. Black Arrow says, on one bus, did see the wipers were wiping the windshield on tourist bus at night. They wiped the windshield, Black Arrow, but what I mean is the rain doesn't land on the windscreen, so the wipers work. It's raining outside, but it doesn't actually land on the windscreen, so the wipers are not actually wiping anything, which is a bit of a shame. Mel says no way is it 60 FPS. Right, I don't have a keyboard, so I can't flick on the FPS counter. That mirror's annoying, isn't it? But I like to have those switched on. It's funny because it was the right hand mirror that was flashing a second ago. Now it's the left. Len says, check if you've got that other bus when you get time. Never. I will check that. Yeah, I didn't know, Len, about that. I'll try and fix that mirror in a second. When we get to the airport, if I turn them off and turn them back on again, I think that fixed it the other night. It's something to do with, I've noticed it's something to do with the change between the day-night cycle. It's almost as if it holds on to something and you've got to reset the mirrors for it to change to the night setting, if that makes sense. It's just another strange one. But I do like having those sort of false mirrors on there, just makes it a bit easier. Yeah, that's a good point, Tallboy. No AI buses. No AI buses, and also, which I think is a real shame, you can't see the other buses from your company. So I made the short video just showing how you get a new paint job for your fleet, but I did say in that video that if you do that and you spend, I don't think it was it about €2,000 to get a new colour scheme on your bus. The only time you'll see that is when you're driving it yourself. You don't pass your other drivers at any point, which is a real shame. Be nice to see all your drivers go past, as we used to. I mean, I didn't play Bus Sim 21, but in the original Bus Sim you'd see your drivers coming past you, wouldn't you? They'd flash the headlights at you. Might be the same in 21, but that was always good. At least you could see your own fleet driving around. So I'll have a look at these mirrors when I stop at the airport, which is right here. Stephen, how are you doing? Has the apocalypse started? The apocalypse never ends on this channel. I hope you were suitably impressed, Stephen, with my snow runner when I tried to get through the old gorge there, and had to find the long way around through the trees. It was a bit touch and go with that truck, with the fuel I had left, but I got through it. Here's all the AI buses, so they're static, they don't move. No, Fethy, I didn't play Bus Sim 21. Didn't play it at all. Oh, this is new. I don't think I've stopped here before. I've always stopped in the sort of bus car park, if you will. Can't be a bus car park, can it? You know what I mean? The bus sort of rank just through there that you can see. Right, let me try these mirrors again, because turn it off. Wow, look at that! You turn the mirrors off, the sky changes. What was that all about? Right, how's that? Is that better? Right, they stop flashing, you see. If you cycle them, they stop flashing. Very odd. Mr. Water says, Series S, the rain lands on the windscreen when you're inside the bus. There's no reason why it can't have this feature. Yeah, you're right, exactly right. Tallboy says, if the map is 1-to-1 scale, why does time go fast every 8 seconds when driving a bus, but doesn't when you're not moving or driving? It's an interesting point, isn't it? Ant-Man's driven at night, it was pitch black. It's gone darker now, look. It's almost as if the day-night cycle is in, it's not a gradual change. You saw how it jumped when I was messing about with the mirrors. Maybe the flashing mirrors was to do with the day-night cycle getting stuck in some way. And as soon as I've cycled them on and off, you can see what it's done now. It's gone a lot darker. Yeah, it looks normal for you, Black Arrow, yeah. Let's take a look outside just now. I mean, it's darker now. I mean, we're at the airport. It's quite light, isn't it, around here? But it's better now. I'll tell you another thing as well. Because it changes so quick to the day-night cycle. Forgot the headlights. That will help. I was thinking the back of the bus looked a bit dark. Yeah, I really don't know if fixing the mirrors fixed the night time. I'd be interested to know, any of you that don't play with those mirrors on, like I've got, if you get a similar thing or not. Whether your night time just changes perfectly. It's as if the flashing was saying, the flashing mirrors was telling me, turn the mirrors off, cycle the day-night. I think actually, Stephen, it was you that told me last time when we were at the airport to do that with the mirrors and it fixed it. I'm almost certain you did. I gotta say though, we got 31 in. Thanks very much for coming in, I do appreciate it. Glad you've all popped in. Kreza, how are you? There is much more on PC. Yeah. Steven says, need a quick look for wheel support. Oh, you don't have that, do you not? Right, that's annoying, isn't it? The night was totally borked until you cycle the mirrors. That's what I thought. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. Mr. What, you can't play with those mirrors on. I know what you mean, I just prefer it. I just like to be able to see. I'm a bad enough driver as it is. So any help I can get, I'll take it, you know. Half the time I don't notice them, it's just for the odd occasion when I'm changing lanes or whatever. Do you know what? I just thought of something. Is this a shuttle service? I just thought, we were that concerned about the mirrors, I've just thought of something. Is this a blooming shuttle service? Because if it is, I haven't picked anybody up. When we were at the airport, we were that busy fixing the mirrors. Then I parked there, I opened the doors expecting people just to get on. Nobody's going to have got on. Do you think they'll still be there? You know what? I'm going to just do a quick U-turn here. I'm going to go back and see if they're there. Or else the summary at the end will be, every passenger was left behind. You were too busy fixing the bus. Playing God, changing day to night. Right, we'll try it. I bet the bus stop's actually gone. Wonder if the bus stop will actually be lit up. Let's quickly zip down there. Watch the speed humps. Tall boy, our nudist beach is a thing in Spain. Couldn't possibly comment. Did you see the one at the beginning? Were you in at the beginning? We actually started on a nudist beach. That'll get you to rewind it. We actually kicked off on a nudist beach. Am I streaming tomorrow? I've not decided yet, Mel. Probably at some point. I'll just see what my schedule is. I don't know what's going on family-wise tomorrow. As soon as I sort that out, I'm sure I'll do something at some point. You've seen worse drivers than me, Para. That's not bad then. That gives me a little bit of hope and encouragement. It's a schoolboy error, isn't it? You know, leaving the passengers. I mean, I open the doors. What more do they want? If they want me to get off the bus and sort of check them in, that's ridiculous. It's not, I mean, the blooming mission's not going to work anyway. Even if I did check them in. If I go and they're not here now, we'll take it. We'll take it on the chin. Ant-Man says he thinks I've been his bus driver when he's on holiday. Yeah, isn't it weird we're preoccupied with the mirrors, didn't notice the passengers? Well, I didn't. It did not occur to me at all that it was a shuttle service. I haven't done many shuttle services though, that's probably why. I bet you this is about the 5th one I've done. So I'm not in the mode. But we'll see if anyone's still hanging around. They might have caught the next bus. I mean, I'm breaking the speed limits just so we can get back on track. Hudson, how you doing? Welcome in. Is it on PS5? I can see everybody responding to you there. It's not, unfortunately. Right, I don't see a glowing bus stop. Oh look, everybody's there, look. There they are, look. Right, sorry about this, folks. I will let you on now. Wrong menu, this one. The other thing is, I don't know if I set this properly. Right. Sorry about the wait. It's worth it, honestly. Oh, is it not letting me check them in now? Right, let's have a look. Right, it's not letting me check them in now. I can't press X. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, we've got 24 of them as well. Wouldn't you know it? Right, he's not one of ours. She's one of ours. What about a twin sister? Yep, she's one of ours. He's not. What about Louis Theroux? Nope, he's not. Who else have we got? Yeah, you can come with us. Who else we got? No, you're on the Chinese one. Yep, Granny's back. Granny can come with us. Off you go. Yeah, you can come. Oh, it says passengers could also be in the arrival hall. That's interesting. See, some of these are not selectable. There's so many, there must be several. I can only imagine there's several shuttles arriving. That's why there's so many people. How are we doing? We've got 9 so far. Oh, not one of ours. Wow, look at him. He's scary, isn't he? Look at him. He's chasing me now. I'm going to get out of his way. Nope. Yeah, you can come with us. Oh god, he's back again. There he is. Right, he's not one of ours. Not one of ours. Let's have another look. Because we've got quite a few to get here. There's another one. Good job, it wasn't raining. Yeah. What's this, a Reaver? This part of the game is Fernbus in a nutshell. British bus driver, always turn up late. Ghost of Dale Winton. Oh, see, you've got to remember who you talk to as well when there's this many. Let's just do this methodically, like in rows, or we'll never get away. Right, I think the rest might be in the hall. No, he's going with us. He was hiding. What about this lady? Come on. Give me the X button. Yeah, see that? I was pointing at her, not him. Right, she's not one of ours. Right, so let's try. I'm almost regretting coming back for these guys now. It's taking that long. Right, we've still got loads missing. Let's go and have a look inside. Let's hope nobody nicks the bus. Right, that's... Alright, so he could be one of ours. I can't even press the button. He's not got something over his head. Right, can't select her. Where else? Where else? Can't select him. We're struggling here. They'll be in the bar. They could be in the bar. As flat as anything there, isn't it? Because she's got some story to tell. Look, these guys are bored to death. Right, so I don't see anybody else that I can... Oh, by the way, you know something? Sometimes, you know, in here, you can find Euros just lying around, just in case you didn't know. So, oh, we've got a floating radio, look at that. It's worth coming down having a look in here at some point, because you can pick up money. Doesn't appear to be any today. Anyway, we've got a job to do, so let's try. I've got to check for money though. Just looking through the window, don't see any. Let's try this guy. We've probably already tried him. No. Anybody else turned up while we've been in there? One final check. This could be, I suppose, because we came late. Some people could have disappeared. Come on. Do you know what? I think that's it. I think these faces are all familiar, so we'll just go. Right. Now we can carry on. Hey Venom, how you doing? She bought every Yankee candle from this season. Sounds like my missus. I think they got a taxi, Venom. I think you're exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind going looking for the passengers, Mel, if they're in there. There was only sort of 2 or 3 people with the sort of question mark above the head, and they were completely unselectable. So there's something wrong there, isn't there? So I mean, through no fault of our own, we're going to get penalised for that a little bit, but it's fine. Don't know why it wants me to go all the way around that roundabout. Set the fire alarm off to come outside, yeah. Maybe that woman that was telling that big story to those 2 guys kept them talking so much they forgot to switch on the little question mark above their head. Maybe it was them. They got distracted. If you let people in who are not on the list, I think it probably just gives you a slight penalty. I think it tells you at the end if someone's on board that shouldn't have been. But like Mel says, you can't. I've never actually You saw there, when I was selecting each person, it was telling me which one of the drivers is ill now. Oh no, he's the mechanic. He's the mechanic. You saw it telling me who was allowed on the bus. I only clicked the ones that were allowed on the bus, but sometimes it does tell you at the end that you've picked up the wrong people, so it's obviously just part of the mess that is shuttle services at the moment. But we'll carry on and try and complete it. We're back to where we first realised the passengers weren't on board, so we've got a few of them at least. So at least some of them will get to the beds tonight. What time is it? 4:03 in the morning. You don't want leaving behind at 4:03, do you, when you've had a long flight? That's the last thing. I'll tell you the other thing, I always seem to come down this road at night as well. It seems to always be night time when I get a job down this road. Hey Cadman, how you doing? AKA Bond 8789. Oh, a bit of serious braking that. At least the mirrors are not flashing. So we fixed the mirrors, we missed the passengers. I've just crashed the back of the bus. Para still says I'm not the worst driver he's seen, so I'll take it. What's the next sim coming to PS5? Hard Space Shipbreaker. Is it? Oh, there it goes again. That's grounding again. I need to lift the suspension for most of these roads, I think. Give the front a bit more room. I said, imagine it had multiplayer, it can't handle single player. You'd see a bus flash past, wouldn't you? The game trying to keep up with somebody's internet and the ping. A bus would go past like Back to the Future. You'd like judder across your screen at like 200 miles per hour. Yeah, it is Cadman. Yeah, it's the PS5, Series X, PC, Series S. I think Series S. Yeah. It sounds alright, that, Stephen, actually. Yeah, you would like this, Cadman. I can't call you Bond. I don't know you as Bond. So I'm going to call you... If I say Cadman, anybody, I mean Bond. But I think you told me, Cadman, your dad... Was your dad a bus driver? You should be a bus driver. I'm sure you once told me that. So you've got this in your blood. Parry, you can lift the suspension in these buses. I just don't do it routinely. Let's just... Which one is it in? This one? There we go. Let's try that. I'll still ground it. I'll ground it from going too fast, probably. A taxi sim? No, I haven't seen that. I'll look it up. And no, you missed the conversation about Autobahn as well. We had that conversation earlier. I think the general term for it was crap. Well, not that one, the previous ones in the series. Yeah, there you go. Mel's Mel's telling you like it is. On the buses, I haven't watched that for a long time. You know, I'm gonna have to watch that series again. It is quite funny. Olive. It's a bit different to this though. This is real Fuerteventura, this, and the Canary Islands. So it's a bit of a different setting to on the buses. Same comedy when you're on this stream. Right, here's the hotel, look. Must be this big building here on our right hand side. So we're quite near to Corralejo, where we usually end up. So let's drop... Well, I was going to say let's drop everyone off. But not everyone made it, did they? There's going to be hell to pay for that one. Oh, look at these gardens. Who put the gardens there? What a silly place to put gardens. Right. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know how you're meant to park squarely in this one. I just had to swing it. Well, let's see how badly we did. 13 valid, 0 invalid. Passengers were left at a stop. Well, you saw them, they weren't there. They just weren't there, were they? That's why it's bugged. You saw me. Now, it could be that those passengers that were waiting were actually our passengers, but the check-in just wasn't working. So, there's not a lot we can do about that. But it was worth going back for the ones we could get, anyway. Let's have a look at the chart. Autobahn is Dr. No. I like it. So that's the end of that one. I think probably we'll leave it there for tonight. So thanks everybody for jumping in again. I do appreciate it. And I think we'll stream something tomorrow. Not sure what time yet, so keep an eye on the channel. Hopefully you've all clicked the bell so that you'll see if I go live. We'll do something tomorrow. We've not done lawn mowing sim for a week, could be that. May even do a couple of things if we get a chance. But thanks for coming in, do appreciate it. Have a good rest of your evening everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.